Hello, Flosstube. I don't remember which episode this is, maybe eight, maybe nine, I'm not sure. But I am coming to you once again from the very glamorous Holiday Inn of Skokie. So I'm in town doing research. And I am Allie Renee, and this is Allie Renee's Copious Spare Time. It is my Flosstube channel where I'm sharing my creative endeavors with you all. Yes, so once again, I am in the Skokie, Chicago land region because I'm doing a workshop for a play that I'm writing for kids where I have a bunch of actors and I'm giving them scenarios and they're being creative and I'm gonna steal their work basically. No, it's called devised work where we get together in a room and we pretend and play and be creative as a group together. And then I'm using the material generated from this to help write a children's play. So it's been really fun. It's a fun day. This is like the first chance I've had in like a month to think about recording something because I knew I'd have a decent amount of time today where I was done with the workshop and stuck in a hotel in Skokie. And so I grabbed a bunch of stuff, like all the projects I've worked on for the most part for the last month, and a little bit of haul that I picked up and thought, well, I could just share it here in my glamorous hotel room. So there you have it. What else? Life stuff. So yeah, it's been a while because I had a show open, which I think I was the last time I recorded an episode. I was in dress rehearsal. That show is open. It's doing really well. The whole run is sold out. It got Jeff recommended, which is like Jeff Awards are like the Chicago's version of the Tony Awards. So if it gets recommended, it means that the committee saw it and thought it was pretty good, and at least one element of the show is considered outstanding. I'm guarantee you it's not my element though, because my stuff is very basic. I'm pretty sure it's the acting, which is amazing, and the directing and other elements of the design. My clothes are very like just normal and nothing that would attract attention, which is the point of a show like that. I did have another thing though that happened is that for a show I did last year, which was the name of it was called Miss Bennet Christmas at Pemberley, which is it's like fan fiction place basically. It's a play about that takes place after the events of Pride and Prejudice, and this is like takes place at Christmas time at Pemberley, hence the title. And in that show, it's about Mary Bennet making a love match basically. I did the costumes for that, and that was done at Buffalo Theater Ensemble, and it opened last year in November. And I found out I got nominated for a Jeff Award for costumes for that, which was really cool. I got that the other day, the nomination. So I'll find out if I won in September. It's doubtful that I won because there were no sequins in my show, and generally things with sequins will win, is how it works usually. So we'll see. I'm working on the second of those shows right now, which is the Wickham's Christmas at Pemberley right now. So I'm doing research and pulling costumes for that. I did that today too. Yeah, and I'm also designing another version of Pride and Prejudice at the same time. So it's very Regency era moment for me at the moment. Yeah, and then what else? My family went on a trip to Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and I did some stitching while I was there. We had to go tubing. I didn't bring it with me, I don't think, but I started they wanted to go tubing. I am not an outdoorsy boat person. I kind of like a flatlander girl with the plains. So like I didn't really even see a natural body of water beyond Lake Michigan until like I didn't see the ocean until I was maybe 13 or 14. So not really like a swimming in anything that's not chlorinated kind of person. So they wanted to go tubing on in the river. I think it's the Rock River. I'm not sure. In Eau Claire, I'm like, you want me to just chill in an inner tube for 2 to 3 hours while we float downriver? Like that doesn't sound like a good time to me, but I suffered through it. But what I did do is bring a little Mill Hill kit on the tube with me because it's like in the plastic bag. I could put the pattern in there and then seal the plastic bag so that if water got splashed, it wasn't messing with the pattern and all the thread was in there. And then I just the little perforated paper and I would just sew it when I could and then put it back in the bag when I thought I was going to get splashed. It worked out okay, although I messed it up. So I have to kind of redo it. It was a Mill Hill Rooster, which I'll find somewhere. I think I'd need to start over again. I also had started another Mill Hill kit. I had a conference in Atlanta just like a week and a half ago. And while I was there, I brought a Mill Hill roller skate, and I was sewing that in when I was at the different panels and stuff. I had a panel that I did, which was about artificial intelligence as a teaching tool and how I might use it in theater and how I use it in the classroom, etc. AI like Chat GPT and Midjourney and that sort of thing. And then I was going to other people's panels and stuff. And so while I was at other people's panels, I would pull out the little Mill Hill roller skate and work on it because it was nice and small and it wasn't like so like huge that I was going to draw attention. And I got really far. I was like almost done with the stitching part and just had to do like the beading. And I left it on the airplane. So mad. I had left it in the little pocket in the airplane. I'm like, no, I thought I had it with me, but it must have fallen out of I had another stitching bag that was in there and it must have fallen out of the other stitching bag and I didn't see it when I checked the pocket. So it's pretty frustrating. I mean, luckily, it was like one day of stitching and it was $10. So it's not like it's not like I left a sampler or something on the flight. I haven't tried to get it back. I need to send an email. I mean, but it's doubtful. Anyway, that was a tragedy. But I bought a bunch of Mill Hill kits to kind of keep in like my car and in my office as like emergency, like I'm bored, I need something to do kind of things. And I was enjoying them. Although perforated paper was kind of annoying because it keeps like when you're stitching, it keeps getting caught on the corner, which I found annoying. So I'm going to share. So today, now that I just rambled at you for a while, I'm going to share some of my projects that I brought with me. And I even ironed them badly with the hotel iron here. And then I have some haul to share. So sounds good. All right. The first thing I'm sharing is my progress on Tree of Life. No, Tree of Life, Tree of Hope. Jesus, where am I? Sorry. Let me see if I can find a way to make this look better. Okay, I just grabbed a towel to kind of hold up behind the thing, um, so that you can see a little better. I don't have a board with me. So here's Tree of Hope progress. I have done some more work on the dress, I think and then I started the other side. Um, yeah, not too much more, but a little bit more. Mostly the dresses. The one side of the dress is done. Um, and then I started on the other dress. So, oh, a tragedy happened with this. Luckily, I went and bought some more like those the plastic zip up bags from Amazon. And I put a bunch of my projects in them until I have time to make more like project bags. This is in the one that I made, but I had left the top unzipped of the bag. And the other day, my husband, who never sits in my stitch spot on the couch, which is next to the lamp, which is next to my basket on the floor of all my projects, decided to sit in that spot and then spilled vodka lemonade directly into my stitching basket. So I'll be divorcing him. Like, oh, just the worst. So this got lemonade all over it because this zip bag was not zipped closed. So now I know I've learned two things. Don't have a husband, and don't leave your bag unzipped if you do have a husband. So I did a quick hand wash of this to try to get the stickiness off. I mean, the vodka's not going to hurt it, but the lemonade might. So I did a quick hand wash and it seems okay. All right, we'll see. I had to wash the bags too because a bunch of those plastic bags got like really sticky with lemonade too. And I'm like, sir, you are never allowed to sit on my side of the couch ever again. I was so mad, so mad. Okay, next is some progress on Emo Birds, and this is Lindy Stitches, Emo Birds. And here we are. That's about, I don't remember the last time I've shown this, but this is on fabric that I hand dyed. It's an even weave, like a cotton even weave. That's worse. Yeah. And progress so far. There you go. Coming along. I haven't picked it up in a bit, so I'm gonna work on it again. This is fun. It's really nice and easy to stitch because it's all just block stitching. So to get in the roll, it kind of goes. I really want to get to the whisper though. That'll be fun. It has like fluffy. This is all like fluffy by their little feetses and necks. That fluffy whisper stuff. So that will be nice. And fun to do. Next, I started the Artsy Housewife Patreon Within Dream pattern. I have a very small start on this, partly because I had not printed it until like yesterday. I finally printed it. I was doing it on my iPad, which I have learned this about me. I just don't want to deal with my iPad when I'm stitching. And I stitch way less when I have a pattern that is only on the iPad. And so I was really like not reaching for this because I didn't want to look at technology when I was doing this, unless it's like I usually watch Flosstube while I'm working on something, which that's what I'm using my iPad for or my phone. So I didn't want to have to like either I can't watch Flosstube, I have to look at the pattern or whatever. So I'm just deciding to not, I was just not picking this up. So now that I have it printed, I think I'll pick it up again. So here it is, and it is on, do this again. All right, right there. I have a little baby start. It's very pretty though. I really love it. And these are like, it's very satisfying, these like this border. It like kind of once you get the pattern of it, it just feels like I was enjoying it. And the colors are just yummy on this. And this is a Rustico. I think it's I think it's a 16 count Rustico. And I like it. I've never hadn't done the Rustico before. It's kind of nice. So yeah, that's good. I'm enjoying this. I really like joining this Patreon was good for me because I really am drawn to her style. And although like if I keep up with it, I will like only have time to stitch artsy housewife patterns for the rest of the time because I really like all of everything that's coming out. I'm like, this is dangerous. And then the new market patterns came out too, like the pictures of them, and I'm like, I love quite a few of them. So it's very dangerous. I could really end up only stitching those for a while, which I mean that wouldn't be bad because they're all beautiful. Next is the Deadly Aquarium by Lola Crow, which is another one that I've been doing on the iPad. So I kind of run out of some steam on some of these things. I'll like do it for a while and then won't because I just don't want to look at my iPad. However, it's just too much to print because like then you have to print something new every time. Um, so I don't know, maybe I've been trying to keep up and I'm still behind. Like I have sharks I still need to do. I haven't finished the little cave. I still have more coral to do, but I just kind of been jumping around to what's interesting to me. So I am definitely behind. I think we now have a break for the next 2 weeks or something. So maybe I can get caught back up. Otherwise, I'm fine. It's fine. Still enjoying it. Maybe I will pick up more steam when it's done and then I could print it and then I won't have to look at my iPad to do it. We'll see. Just so you know, this is on Ada. This is I think it's 16 or 18 count Ada. I think it's 16 count. And then I hand dyed this too. Okay, this is another new start, which I talked about in the last podcast, I believe, which was that I wanted to start Thirza Goes Goth. So I bought the pattern. This is kind of like a rye. Uh, Kansas City girl in a Colorado world. I love it. It's very cool. It's a fun pattern. And I have an okay start on it. Sorry, there's threads on everything because I just leave threads in. And this is 16 count Ada, or maybe it's actually I lied. It's 18 count Ada that I dyed. I did this with ice dyeing, which is the first time I tried that. So I got the Ada and I put it out on what did I put it on? I think I bunched up and put it in a bowl with a rack in it so that the ice could drain. And then took it outside and poured a bunch of ice on top of it, crushed ice, and then poured the dye on top of it. And then yeah, so there's a bit of a spot where as much dye didn't go there, which I think is okay with this pattern. I'm kind of enjoying it. I think it looks pretty good. So get a little closer. The colors are so pretty on this, the flower, and I just love it. There's one color I'm probably gonna switch out. It's this one here. It's like this corally color. And the picture, it looks a little, at least the picture when I printed it out, it reads a little bit more salmon-y color, and then in person the floss is a little darker than I was expecting. So I like it, but I think some of the times I might use, I got a lighter salmon color, like a dark peach, I guess you would call it. And I might sub it out so it's a little brighter in those sections because I don't know. But overall, I really like it, and the pattern's nice and clear, and it's going to be pretty. And I'm enjoying stitching on the Ada, the 16 or 18 count. I think it's 18. So I'm really excited to see what happens this winter when I get a ton of snow and I can go out there and dye things. It'll be really fun. Next, I got this pattern. I had this from a while ago, actually. I just probably haven't talked about it. The World of Hedgehogs. And this is a Stitchy Princess pattern. And I have a small start on that, but I actually have to start it over again because here is the little start. Where is it? Oh, it's over here. Little tiny start right there. But I was starting it on the same piece of fabric that I have Christmas Chicken, which I've got some nice progress. I have all of the frame is in like the outline, and I've just started to put in the colors. And this is like super easy distracted stitching to do. Once you get the rhythm of it, then it's like it goes really easy. And I saved this for when I like just need like some mindless satisfying stitching, because it just is really nice and easy. Although I'm very excited to get to this chicken and the wreath in the middle. I think my plan is to jump now to the wreath and then then start the chicken, and then I can keep going back when I just need like something mindless, because I don't have to pull out a pattern for those. Now that I know, I can just do it. Anyway, so I started it in the corner, but then I realized I don't have enough room. I should have started in the different corner. So because I evidently I can't do math. So I'm gonna just stop this and then do it over in this corner and have plenty of room to finish this little hedgehog. So cute. I'm excited. So yeah, Christmas Chicken and Hedgehogs. And Christmas Chicken is another artsy housewife. Then oh, I have a picture of Christmas Chicken right here. Sorry, I could show that to you. Here's Christmas Chicken. So yeah, my next thing is gonna jump to the wreath, and then I'll head to the chicken. Yet another artsy housewife. I bought the uh Roxy Floxco Evertote Caroline's birthday sal box. And this is the exclusive Weeds and Wildflowers artsy housewife pattern. It also came with 40 count Buttercup by Roxy. Oh, sorry. I think I got the 36 count Roxy Flossco fabric. I didn't get 40 count. I got 36. And then it came with a bunch of Roxy Flossco threads, which is the first time I've used those threads, and they're very nice. I like them quite a bit. And then here is this. I think this fabric is very pretty too. So I love these colors. Oh, so pretty. And this has been satisfying stitching too, because you get a rhythm, you get like something filled in, and then it's just, or outline, and then you can fill it in. It's pretty cool. So I've been turning to that one a lot lately. It's been really drawing my attention. The other things that came in that box, the Roxy Floss Coat Caroline box, all the pretty flosses. Let me get those because they're just different days. These made me feel like a cool girl having these. Everyone talks about like, oh, I got it with Roxy Bosco. And I'm like, I want those. I don't have those. To me, it was worth the shipment. This was not a cheap box, but I think it turned out. I'm such an animal, the way I keep my threads. It also came with this really pretty needle minder, which since I don't use a hoop, needle minders are, though beautiful, don't really do much for me. Although I do use them on my sewing machine. I have a thing that flips down on my sewing machine, and I'll put one of these up there, and then I can stick pins or needles when I've swapped out a needle for like a sewing needle, so that if the machine needle is too thick, I'll put a thinner one in, and I'll keep the one that I was using up there, and then I could switch pretty easily. That's nice. It came with some candy, which I don't know the backstory behind this. So I'm guessing these are like favorite candies of Caroline. And then it came with a glow stick, one of those ones you crack. And then it came with some very nice scissors. These are great. They're like really nice and sharp, and can help you get, you have to unfrog, you have to frog something. These are pretty good. So that was fun. Came in a box. Thusly. Okay, one last start, and then I have haul. And this is part of the haul. My mom came to town, or sorry, while we were in Eau Claire, which is like 2.5, 3 hours away from the Madison area in Wisconsin. My mom came to stay at our house and to keep our animals alive, right? So when we got back, my mom and I the next day went to explore some different places that we hadn't been to before. So the first place we went is we drove up to Spring Green, Wisconsin, to go to oh crap, I just forgot the name of the store. Hold on. It's right there on the back. So we drove to Spring Green, which is like, I don't know, like 45, 50 minutes from where I am. And went to the country sampler. And I'd heard other people, like I'm pretty sure Kansas City Girl in Colorado World had a review of that, of her experience going up there. And I had heard it was great. Quilt store too. My mom is a big quilter and an embroiderer. Like she makes like does slow embroidery and does a lot of like collage sewing stuff. And she does a lot with, she likes the kind of traditional quilt fabrics, whereas I'm like, I want a giant hot pink cat on all of my quilt I'm much more tulip pink, and she's much more like that French company. I can't think of the name of it. She likes all that kind of stuff, like reproductions and things. So I figured that place would be the quilts there, the quilt fabric there, I figured would be exactly what she wants. And then I wanted to go to see the cross stitch stuff. And it was like a store made in heaven for both of us. So I, needless to say, did some damage in that store. I'd never been there before, and I was very excited to go get something for myself. So the first thing, one of the things I got was, and I started this, is this La Di Da to Gather Again kit. And it comes with the floss you need and the stuff to finish. It has this pretty little counting pin too, to make a pin drum. Is that what you call it? Pin drum? Yeah. And so I'm this far. I started on the, oh gosh, I got those words. That's as far as I got. I started yesterday. And this linen is, I believe it's 40 count, maybe. This kit was on sale. It was $39. Came with the classic Colorworks and Weeks Dye Works fabric. It's 36 count Confederate gray linen. And has the instructions and the backing fabric and stuff like that. So that was the first thing I got. Here, I want to show you this. This is like when you buy stuff here, this is their cute little, they tie little ribbons on it. They give it, here's the little pretty bag. I mean, it's plastic. But it still was nice. It was like, it was a good shopping experience. The store itself, I mean, it's just lovely. It's just like a beautiful layouts of everything and really gorgeous samples everywhere that are beautiful. And I think what's special about this place is that a lot of them had conversions, like they did their own conversion to their kind of more, they do have like a more kind of oldie timey sampler style, I'm guessing is what it is. They do a lot of like walnut over dye finishes on things. So they'll stitch it and then do this walnut finish. I don't know how it happens. You can get it there in the store, but to kind of like make it look aged. And that was kind of vibe of a lot of the stuff, but just beautiful stuff. And they had a lot of stuff kitted up already. So it was just nice and easy to just like, I'm going to take that. So hence it's easy to do damage because you start throwing things in a cart and next thing you know, you're like, that's a lot. When they ring it up, it's a lot. So what I got, here's another kit I bought. Oh, I just thought this was beautiful. It's Every Opening Flower, Brenda Gervais. This is with thy needle and thread. It's so pretty. And then here are the colors. And there's linen in there, but isn't that beautiful? I just like want to eat it all. It's so yummy. And it has the fabric in there too. And this was 40 count winter brew. So this will be my first 40 count, I think. And this was $84. But why not? It's this, the sample in the store was just I mean, it was just gorgeous. And it was really like a testament to the fact that sometimes you see these patterns, you're like, yeah, that's great. And then you see it in person, you're like, I need that thing. It's so pretty. This was another one that I'm like, oh, I love a bird, but seeing the sample was like, oh. So here I bought this pattern, Songbird sampler, Karina Hiddle of All Artful Offerings. And it's just, of course, it's like my jam. It's beautiful. But then they also have their own conversion in it that they had in the store that had like a different color scheme. It was pretty, really pretty. So I bought some 40 count Be Stitch Me, not another sampler linen, a 14 by 18, and this was $22. And I've never, just like because I've been dyeing my own fabric and using like whatever I can buy at like Michael's. I thought, well, maybe you should be a grown up and try some like actual stuff that other people are using, other linens. I bought another Stacey Nash chicken adjacent pattern, and this one's so cute. It's called Spring Chickens Pinkeep. And this is another one, like seeing it in person, I'm like, oh, it's way bigger than I thought. I mean, I realized that it has the stitch count on the back. And if I did math correctly, I could figure out how big these things are. But sometimes just seeing it, you're like, oh, that's a totally different size than I was expecting. I just loved it. I love a chicken, but I really like this little basket and the house. So yeah. So I just bought the pattern for that one. Everything has a chicken on it that I purchased. This I'm obsessed with. This little antique rooster sampler. More chickens and roosters. This was JBW Designs, and then I bought the it calls for Schoolhouse Red. And I bought a skein of that to do this. I really like this color red. It's very pretty. Next, this was in the for sale. I'm pretty sure this was in the sale room. And this is a Carriage House sampling Spot the Horse. I'm wild about that. I love the finish of this, of like this kind of like feedback looking thing. Ugh, just love him. He's very fun. This was a good score too. This is the last of the damage I did at that store. Oh, but there's more. This was so they had a for sale room downstairs, like everything was on discount, like serious discount. Like, so that's where I got that first kit, which was discounted. And then I got this, which is I've been saying I really like the primitive Hare, but their patterns are really expensive. But so I found this cross stitch calendar from 2022. And this was, I think I got this for like $10 because it was on sale in the clearance room. And it has all of those little minis. So there's all these little patterns, and I love every single one of them. So I really want to do like every single one of them. So it's like a different one for each month. Oh, they're all perfect. So, I mean, they're just, here's a better picture. I don't know if you could see them. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about this because it really just made, this was a good score. Okay. So that was the damage that we did at the country sampler store. My mom equally came away with she came away with a lot of floss, some trim, and a bunch of fabric. She didn't buy any, and I think she bought a quilt pattern while she was there as well, and just chatted up everybody. And then so after that we went to we drove to Mount Horeb and stopped in at Witchery Stitchery, which is a stitch store I've talked about before. And I bought some stuff there. And so did she. And then I will show you that stuff in a minute. After that, we went to Blue Bar Quilts, which is in Middleton, which is just outside of Madison, which is a great modern quilt store. It's the first time I'd been there. I'd been to their booth at the Wisconsin Great Quilt Show, Great Wisconsin Quilt Show, which is coming up, and I have my tickets for it. I bought stuff there at the booth before, but hadn't been to the store, and the store is great. I mean, so it's all modern stuff, really nice selection of all the modern prints, bold prints like Moda and Tulip Pink and Ruby Star and all that kind of stuff. They have a huge room where they do classes, which was nice, and just, friendly staff, a variety of ages, a lot of people coming in and out. It's nice and clean and bright, a lot of natural light in the store. So I definitely will buy more stuff there. I did buy some stuff there. I bought a bunch of fat quarters, but I don't have those with me. So I'll show those some other time. My mom bought a lot of stuff too. So Well done. They liberated a lot of money from our pockets. Okay, so then let me show you this stuff. Let me get it out of the bag. So at Witchery Stitchery, here's what I picked up. I got the Spring Bouquet collection, Mill Hill, the vintage camera. So I have this one, the Rollerskate, which I now have to replace. I bought the Rooster. I bought one Halloween one. I can't remember. I got a bunch of them. I bought a bunch of those on eBay. And when I found them on eBay, I paid about $7 a kit for them on eBay. Then altogether with the shipping, so they were probably about $8.50. And then this one was $9.50 or whatever from the store. And I really I think these are gonna be so cute. My tree is very brightly colored, like not Christmas colors. So like these like kind of retro ones are really fun to me. Thinking about doing a couple other ones too, like I just make it up, like cassette tapes and things like that. So that was fun. I picked up tiny Halloween Tiny Town. So if you were, I went to Midsummer Stitch, the Lindy Stitches Midsummer Stitch online event, which was really fun. And we were talking about making little like spooky murder towns. I think that was from Cross Stitch the Globes murder a house chat. You have to go to go to Stephanie's channel to watch Stephanie Allison's channel to hear all about that. But we were talking about people were talking about making like redoing these to have like crime scenes and stuff in it. I'm like, yes, that sounds amazing. Actually, I've just wanted to make this one a straight one of these. So I might just do this, but then rethink this to how to make this like a whole like CSI crime scene, tiny town. Sounds like really, really good time. So I got that. I picked up this this was in the clearance bin. And I just thought this was so sweet. I love the little two cats and the kindred spirits. The love of sewing is our common thread. I just thought this was beautiful. A nice little small thing. It's 56 by 84. It's all DMC. Thought that'd be cute. I picked up another Karen Water Lilies of the tree that I was using for this is the one that I was waiting for. So now I have more than I need, but I really like this color. I think it'll be gorgeous on a lot of the samplers are asking, to have a lot of greenery in them. And I think this will be nice and be pretty for that. This was another one I picked up. This is a sample in the store that I've been obsessed with a couple of times now, and I just decided I need to get it. So this is the Threadwork Primitives, Primitive Crow. And it's so cute. The finish with this little, like it was hanging on the wall. And it has this little kind of black key and hanging from that. It's just so cute. I just thought it was fun. So I got to find a little key, but there's tons of antique stores in my town where those actually I probably have one of these in my house because I have an old house that have skeleton keys everywhere. We had to take them out of all the doors when we moved in because my son turned the one and locked the door and then we couldn't get it unlocked. And so for a while we couldn't actually get out of the front door of the house because it was like totally locked and then the skeleton key broke in the door. So I had to call a locksmith. Like, oh man. I tried to fix it myself first. I ordered a lock picking kit and I got pretty good at lock picking, but I still couldn't get it because the door is so old, that I couldn't, it's like 100 years old and I couldn't get the one thing to switch. But I can pick other locks in our house. So one of my hidden skills. Anyhow, so I probably have some skeleton keys that I could just use at home to finish that in my copious spare time. Last thing I purchased is this Victoria Sampler Mystic Needlework Smalls. And I have been kind of lusting over a couple of different Mystic Victoria Sampler patterns because I wanted to try out the Hardanger in them. And it's got a bunch of little fancy stitches and some like ribbons and beads and stuff. It just seemed like an interesting challenge to me. And so she had this one was there and it was $29 and that felt like a good price and the threads are there and I love all the minis are so cute and I love the little like two women all the women hanging out and stitching and the little ship and so I just was into this one. This felt good. There's another one that I kind of like that's Victoria Sampler that's like a bunch of I can't remember, it's like a mermaid. There's a mermaid theme. And I'm not really a big mermaid person, but something about that one kind of appealed to me too. But then this one, I just like I just think it's so pretty. I've not spent a huge amount of time and I'm guessing this is supposed to be New England or somewhere. I mean, I think she's Canadian, so it's somewhere like Prince Edward Island or something like that kind of thing. But I can pretend like I live in this world where I see these little like Cape Coddy towns and sailboats and stuff, but I don't know, they'd be pretty. So that was a lot. I spent a lot. So I'm trying to be really good now and not spend, but I'm trying to have a good time starting things lately, like just starting a bunch of different projects and then kind of like bouncing around between the ones that are giving me joy. And that's been nice. I've been also doing a lot of sewing for my Etsy store lately, which I have an Etsy store that's also called Copious Spare Time, where I make little like t-shirts, punk t-shirts for dolls and stuff. And so I've been doing a lot of that sewing lately because like things are coming up where people are buying a lot of stuff. Like so the Barbie convention was, I think it was last week or just finished. So a lot of people were buying things for my store to give as gifts at the table. Like you sit at a table, if you've ever probably never been to a doll convention because you're normal and not like me. We'll go, I'm not a Barbie collector, but I have a few, but not, I don't go to the convention. But you'll sit at a table of like 10 or 12 people, and then usually everybody trades presents with each other. So you come home with a pull. Same thing that happens at a Stitch show, right? You could do the same thing at a stitch in, whatever we call those, stitch retreats, right? So it's the same kind of thing. You make little smalls and hand them out, or little gifts, table gifts for everybody, like little giveaways and needle minders and stuff. So people, doll people will do that too. And they'll usually just make things for other people's dolls and give it to them, right? So a lot of people were buying like lots of shirts in bulk from me to give to people. I'm like, oh, so I've been doing a lot of that. And then there's a convention, another convention coming up that I am going to, that's in October. So I've been starting to turn it up for that, because at that convention I will sell things. We do room sales where we sell things out of our room, kind of like Nashville Needle Market, where people have like a hotel room set up with stuff in it. I will have that. And then we also have like a table at the bazaar, it's called, where we'll sell things there to other doll people. And it's nice because I can kind of like subsidize my hobby by selling things. So it's not, I sell a lot of stuff, and then it kind of like if I net zero, basically the weekend, it's less shocking to my bank account because the stuff is not inexpensive. So, but always fun. So I've been doing a lot of that sewing lately, and then been doing a lot of drawing for work because I have a lot of designs due. So the rest of my Cinderella drawings are due next week. And I've had to redraw a lot of that stuff that I showed you. I redesigned some things based on feedback I got. And so I've been working on that, and I have a lot of that to do this week. And then I have designs due for Pride and Prejudice coming up, and designs due for Christmas at Pemberley. Plus, the school year is rapidly approaching, so I have to put on my professor pants and update my syllabus, do my teaching plans. I'm also promoted to be the associate chair of our department, so I have to go to meetings about meetings now. I have pre-meeting meetings. It's very exciting. And so I've been doing some training and some meeting with like different offices on campus. So I have to wear real clothes most days now. I can't just show up in my like baby metal t-shirts and Doc Martens. Every day of the week I have to wear like trousers and brooches and sweaters and things. It's very boring. I'm gonna dye my hair hot pink again though, so then they'll still know that this is who they're dealing with. I may have trousers on, but I still have pink hair, so we'll see. Well, I think that's it for right now. Plans, I guess. What am I doing next? I'm gonna keep sewing this stuff. I don't think I'm starting anything new right now. I'm just gonna keep working on this next stuff. I might shift to do a little bit more Halloween stuff. Things I've already started, just try to finish those. And I really want to get that. I'm getting close to that Mirabilia. It feels good to make it progress on it. And I'd like to get that done too, because I want to get to the beading phase soon. So next thing was maybe start another one of these kits. But other than that, that's what I'm doing right now. And I just want to say thanks for watching, and sorry for the delay in getting another episode out. I'll try to be more consistent, but like I said, once the school year starts, who knows what's going to happen. And then maybe I will be once again at this exciting Holiday Inn in Skokie potentially in another month when I come back to finish the workshops for this play. So perhaps you'll see another exciting episode coming to you from such an attractive hotel room as this. And thanks for watching. And I hope you get some stitching done in your copious spare time.